Um, Abandonment is affecting my life 10 out of 10.
How is it
Yeah.
negatively impacting your life? Tell me about how.
Um, I suppose how it's negatively impacting in my life. Um, I don't know. I suppose just maybe triggering. Um, so you want me to talk about like just triggering childhood issues of abandonment?
Yeah, how does it play out in your life now? So when this
Uh,
abandonment comes up and it gets triggered, how are you acting? What are you doing? What are you not doing?
well, yeah, it's bringing up, maybe in a way, it's creating self-fulfilling prophecies. It's bringing up abandonment issues from the past. So then, in a way, without even realizing it, I'm creating um, that situation within myself, and it's obviously then playing out in the relationship, or I am perceiving things as a threat that could possibly lead to abandonment, and it's activating that trauma of constantly being abandoned, which is, then having a pretty intense feelings of just feeling unsafe and vulnerable and insecure, and codependency, and feeling a bit blocked, like, yeah, just being a little bit caught up in the emotion of it all, from potential, future, present, moment, past, and not really being able to let it go or move through it or move on from it. um it doesn't. Okay, so if a particular moment, if I feel like I'm in an unsafe situation, or if I feel like something, my intuition or is telling me, like, I understand my intuition is there, but sometimes I realize that the gravity of how I'm feeling actually isn't tied up with what is going to happen in that specific moment. It is making me feel a bit over heightened um, around certain aspects that might not be in alignment with that, even though it is an unsafe situation, but I am being triggered um, to deal with these feelings, to release it and let it go. I suppose, uh, okay, if I could just, it's not veering off, but it is very relevant to this. If I could just say, I went and got my results yesterday and I'm all good. Whereas in my mind, just experiencing what I've experienced with loss and abandonment, I thought I had cancer and I was going to die. But I got my results yesterday and everything's fine. So that to me is a reflection of my internal reality is not in line with what's actually going on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
yes, there's a perceived threat there, and yes, there is something that needs attending to, but the intensity of the feeling
yeah,
is in an alignment with the actual event of what's going on,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
I probably will give myself cancer. Just having all this pent up anxiety and emotion in me that is making me perceive things as a threat more than they actually are. And it could be, the downfall, the demise of my health, as well as, my relationship, and obviously instilling fear, instilling feelings into my children that aren't theirs, like, just, like handing down my uh, my perception about things to them, which isn't actually, you know. So yeah, that,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, Tell me about abandoned now after Creatrix.
I don't feel abandoned.
So
I don't know. I got no feelings around it. I feel like maybe before it was probably more abandoning myself, rather like there was a lot of abandonment around me, but I think I wasn't abandoning myself. I'm not abandoning myself now. Yeah.
So out of 10, how much can you feel abandoned?
0. Yeah, I don't feel it at all.
Oh,
I feel like I am coming out of that a lot now, but I did feel like I wasn't actually allowed to be me because I was being so controlled about what others wanted out of me for themselves to prop them up in their life. So I just didn't feel like when I was around people, I could actually be myself because everyone's expectations of what they wanted out of me. Yeah, expressing myself how I wanted to, because it wasn't in alignment of being Cinderella, basically. Um, Feeling control makes me feel really depressed. Um, and I don't feel like I'm able to be me. I don't feel like I have any internal direction when I'm around other people because I feel like I'm constantly being directed by other people. It just makes me feel really low and depressed and like I'm not able to be who I am. I think that's why when I'm by myself, I enjoy being by myself because I'm self-directed and having fun and not being told off for doing what I want to do.
and so what will happen if
Yeah.
you keep going the way you're going, of being controlled?
I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I'm miserable. I'm not who I truly am. I can see as an external thing that even though people think that it's cool for me to be a doormat, it's actually not happiness for them either. So the more I come back to myself and be me and be self-directed, even around other people, and just start putting in boundaries, I'm actually noticing people are, even though they're getting cranky initially, they're happier because I'm happier. Now,
Or feel into being controlled, controlled, and how does that feel for you?
feeling, yeah, when I feel like someone's controlling me, I feel 10 out of 10. Like I feel angry. I just want to get away from them. I want to abandon them. um, and yeah, just horrible feeling in my body. So yes, not at all. Yeah, nah, doesn't exist.
Awesome.
Yeah, no,
So how much can you feel controlled out of 10? 0 to 10?
0, 0. I'm not allowing myself to be controlled. Yeah, like I feel like I'm in control of myself, but that's a positive thing. Whereas I'm not allowing myself to be controlled anymore, and that's definitely a 0 because it's not there anymore. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Being alone is negatively impacting my life. Probably maybe 9 out of 10. I don't like feeling alone, when I'm around people. And by that, I mean, one, being alone, like I'm not able to express who I am. So when I'm around other people, I feel like a shell of myself. People won't accept me for who I truly am, but also being in a relationship where I don't feel like or even in a relationship, like I'm not just talking about my intimate relationship with my husband, I'm more my parents and stuff too, of people not actually seeing me for who I am. So that makes me feel very alone. Um, yeah, people not letting me be who I am, but even not seeing me for who I actually am. Yeah, that makes me feel very alone. Makes me crawl into my shell. Makes me feel a bit unsafe and insecure to properly express myself. Makes me feel like I'm going to get in trouble for being me. It makes me feel a bit scared to be myself completely. One, I can't do that anymore. I've arrived at that. And if I continue down that path, I am not going to be able to live the life that is designed for me and that is meant for me and that I truly deserve, basically, because I am allowing other people to dictate. Probably 9.
Okay.
9, 10, I suppose. Well, it's not. I don't feel alone externally, but also I don't feel alone within me. If anything, I feel like I'm coming back to a place where I'm really enjoying being alone again, but finding that I can be alone while being surrounded by other people. Yeah. Like a positive way, a positive alone. You know what I mean? Not a negative.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So no, I don't feel alone at all. Like yeah, nah.
So,
0.
yeah, 0.
Yeah, 0.
Woo, woo. Awesome.
No, no, 0. Yeah.
Okay. Boundaries overridden.
0.
Not protected.
0.
I wasn't good enough.
0.
Others are more important than me.
'No, 0.
Woohoo! Holy shit!
Ah, wow. Like I've certainly noticed some changes. Like the other day, I was like, nah, whatever. I'd probably be a bit, whereas I'm like, but I noticed there's still some stuff there, but I feel like that's more present moment stuff. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it's stuff from the past.
Yes. Yeah. Woo woo! Yay! All right.
I did it!
You did it. That's it. You've had your breakthrough. How freaking cool is that?
Oh, feels so good.
Well,
So
congratulations,
beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Oh my God. I feel so much better. Like I was already starting to feel like it was like 3rd time's the charm, like
Yeah.
that was easy and it was fun and it was nice.
Yeah.
I do feel like I am wondering though, is the reason why I'm feeling so tired. Like I know there's a lot going on now, but I just feel like I'm like I feel okay, but like I'm shifting all the shit, Does that make sense? Is
Yeah.
that normal for me to feel that, like,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
it just feels like I have this heavy stuff, but it's like it's going now,
Yeah.
but it's making me tired.
I think there's also astrological shit going on,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. So,
yeah,
and like it's perfect, like that you're doing this right now because
yeah,
the eclipse season was all about releasing the
yeah,
past and stepping into your new power and your new way of being in the world. So it's so
yeah.
freaking perfect. I was just like, wow, check this out. Yeah.
Beautiful alignment.
I know, I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do feel. And then the other day, yeah, a situation happened. I was just like, I just felt like I was just approaching it differently, like, and it just felt
Yeah.
really nice. Like, I was like, oh, well, yeah, look, this has upset me, but I don't feel like this massive, like, like weight on my shoulder that, yeah, it's just like, oh, yeah, well, rah, rah.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you more emotionally intelligent. It's like,
Yeah,
oh shit, so this is how other people do it. You know,
yeah.
they just deal with the shit in front of them and they don't get knocked sideways by it and going, oh, and go into their drama in their head and their body. And
It's so nice because it's just something I've just had with me my whole life. You know what I mean? And it's like
mm-hmm.
so debilitating. Like, and I just fall into this depression. And it's not. It's just depression from just doing this. You know what I mean? Just holding that weight.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's like
because
I
it
still feel a bit depressed every now and again, but it's more like it's
normal.
because I'm tired. Like I really need to just focus on myself.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's like you've just got this new operating system now, like in like running you, which just goes, yeah, we can deal with that shit, we can deal with that
Yeah,
shit, and the emotions that you feel are appropriate, you know, to what's happening. They're not overreactions. They're not, they don't debilitate you and not. Yeah, it's like people who are traumatized can't deal with small stuff, right? And
yeah,
everything is big to them because
yeah,
of the thoughts that just come at them and the feelings that just overwhelm them. So you don't
yeah.
have that anymore.
No, and it's amazing. It's
Yes.
amazing. It
Yeah.
really is. Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's crazy cool. Like it really, like when I was thinking about, a couple of weeks ago and just freaking out, yeah, I'm gonna die, like, oh my gosh, I got cancer, blah blah blah. I'm like, and like the universe was reflecting that back at me, but it's just reflecting back at me the energy that I have around it. You know what I mean? So even then, it's like a bit of a spiritual awakening for me that what is reflected back to you is is just like that mirror. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, yes, it's relevant, but don't. It's not. It's actually not in alignment with reality too. Sometimes, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was interesting to sit back and actually think about that.
Yeah, because we see things and interpret things according to what's in our subconscious mind. So when you
Yeah,
go in and you change your subconscious mind,
yeah,
it's so different, isn't it?
yeah. It is. It
Yeah.
is.
See how
Yeah.
I believe every freaking woman on the planet should have this. I really do. I'm just like, oh, it's so freeing.
It is, and it's beautiful because for us women, we wear so many hats, you know what I mean? And then our adrenal glands start peaking out because we're like overloaded, and then we start, like making shit up in our head, and it's just like, no, because we carry the burdens and we carry the generational stuff, and it's like, no, go away. Like, it's just so freeing. Like, it really is just, it's like being in yourself without having all these other people. It's like, those hooks, like you say,
Mm,
you know what I mean? Like just having all these hooks in you. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, it's me now. Like
Yeah.
it's just, and how I feel, not,
Yes.
yeah,
That's it. You
nice.
get to be you, and this is who you are,
Yeah,
and you are a peaceful freaking being on the inside.
yeah,
You know,
it's
you
so,
are wise, and you are calm, and you are love. It's like you go, oh, I get self love now. I get it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like before you could do the self love, but and you could do it, but you weren't really, like, you know what I mean? Like, this feels like it's coming from a different place.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, yeah. And like, I've read half my book now, and I think that book has come at a good timing, because it's actually very similar to what you're, like, it's not similar to what you're doing, but it's like I was meant to read that book while we were doing this, because although there's a lot of things in there that I do, there was one thing in there that I was like, oh, this is good, which is very similar to what we're doing here, you know, and it's just like, this is cool.
Yeah. It's like suddenly all the self-help stuff, right? And all the programs to manifest and to suddenly they come alive, because like, oh, I can do this now, because you don't have the fucking baggage in the way, the things blocking you or holding you back, and so you go, oh, I can do this shit now.
It's like my friend goes to me, how do you see life? I said, it's like the yellow brick road. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, woohoo, cruising through the yellow brick road, which way to take? And they're like, mine's like a ball and chain. And I'm like, ooh, that's heavy. Yeah, he's like, he's got a ball and chain stuck to, and he's like being dragged from the thing. I'm like, that's really heavy, dude. But I actually, it feels like that now for me emotionally. Like, not now. Now, but I mean, before, like, I was just carrying the weight of all this other shit with me into my present, whereas now it just feels like I feel like I'm back on that yellow brick road. And look, I'm wearing yellow.
I know. I love it.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh.
I know. And how different are you from like when we started our session last week?
I know. Like, crybaby, eh?
You're in your shit, and you weren't wanting to let it go, and you're like, no, I just need to feel it. I'm going, okay, but what if you could find all these learnings that can help you deal with it? You know, that was awesome to watch your transformation, like from the beginning of that session to the end. Was just like, wow.
I felt so good. Like, I was just like pinging. I was like, yeah, man, woo! I don't even know what I did, but I just felt really great. Yeah, considering I felt like absolute trash at the beginning, and then I came good. And even the first session, I was like crying, and then afterwards, I felt really like, whoa, weird.
It is, because your whole world's changing.
Yeah, I just feel so. Yeah, I do. I feel different. Like, I feel tired, but I actually do feel just lighter. Like I was thinking about this morning when I woke up. Like, you're the person in the booth watching everything. Like, and you're that first.
Yes.
I feel like that now. Like, I was like, ooh, yeah, light and free.
Yeah, that's it. That's where you're supposed to be. Back in your original design.
Yeah.